The Conservatives have just lost a member of their caucus over these protests. Nunavut Senator Dennis Patterson has left the Conservative Senate caucus and joined the Canadian Senators group following the party leadership's response to the convoy. The senator joins us now, and I'm delighted that you are doing this. Senator, what tipped the scale for you and made you want to leave the Conservative Senate caucus?
Yes, well, I have been very supportive of Erin O'Toole's general direction to push the party in a more central direction. So when he was ousted, I was concerned that a future leader would support the same vision. And I've got to say, I'm now very disappointed that I have not seen in our current leadership a condemnation of the continued lawless occupation, hostage taking of the downtown core and the heart of our parliamentary democracy in Ottawa.
What have you made of the fact that the interim leader, Candice Bergen, has been openly supportive? She sent a letter to Erin O'Toole's senior caucus team saying the Conservatives should not ask the protesters to leave and lay it at the feet of the Prime Minister, and that now, as CTV's reporting, she said there's good people on both sides.
Evan, I've got a lot of constituents who live in Ottawa. There's a very large Inuit population in Ottawa. They come here for education, for health, and they are extremely upset and disrupted and stressed by this illegal protest. We have always been a party of law and order, and what shocks me most, in addition to the hatred, the hateful symbols that we all deplore, is that these are basically unlawful acts, beginning with the illegal parking of trucks right in front of my office on Wellington and O'Connor. And we should be condemning this protest, if only for its lawlessness.
Senator, what do you make of senior members of your party? Again, the interim leader, Candice Bergen, MPs like Pierre Poilievre or Andrew Scheer, who say, Marilyn Gladu, we don't support the organizers, we don't support the so-called bad apples, we support the movement to end mandates, and that's why we're out there taking pictures and supporting these people. What is your response to them?
Evan, I'm a longtime conservative, and I have to say that I've come to the realization today that, this is not a caucus I want to be associated with. This is not the party I've been a lifelong member of. And so that's why I am distancing myself from the caucus, although I'm going to continue to remain an active party member and hope we can find a better way forward, a more centrist approach, progressive approach going forward.
Was the straw that broke the camel's back for you the support of many members of the trucking convoy and the protesters?
That's right. Not to condemn those increasingly lawless acts of hooliganism. I might also say that having lived in Nunavut through the pandemic, where vaccinations and even vaccination mandates and yes, even lockdowns have been very ineffective in halting the dangerous spread of the pandemic, that I had hoped for clarity on our party's part and our caucus as well on more support for these widely supported public health initiatives by Canadians.
Last question. You wrote in your post about the hate symbols of the swastika and the Confederate flag and others, and the lack of what you thought was a condemnation. What is your biggest concern about the Conservative Party of Canada right now? And if you can just articulate what's your concern and why you left it.
Well, Evan, I'm I guess what you'd call a red Tory on the progressive side, and I was very pleased to work closely with Stephen Harper when he and Peter MacKay brought the right wing, the more reformist parts of the party together with the progressive conservatives. That's what I'm looking for going forward, is that we can find a middle ground that's going to be more appealing to Canadians and fulfill our duty as providing a viable, credible, not extremist opposition and a future government for the present Liberal government, which I think people are getting weary of and tired of.
Senator Dennis Patterson, who has quits the Senate Conservative caucus over the position on this trucking convoy and other issues. Senator, I really appreciate you joining us on the program tonight.
Thank you very much, Evan. Good night.